Welcome back, football fans. Join us as we explore the phenomenon of football companies being bought by Arabs and how will it impact the market as Manchester United, a big football company, is expected to be bought by the Qataris. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to the channel or your favorite footballer might get upset. Over the past decade, there has been a surge in Arab investment in football clubs around the world. The last offers to buy Manchester United from the Glazers have been made by the Qatari company, led by Sheikh Jassim and Sir Jim Ratcliffe's Ineos. The Qatari company apparently offers a final price of £7.2 billion. The offer is still well below Glazers' £7.2 billion valuation. Ineos is anticipated to launch a bid for 69% ownership. So, stick with us till the end of the video if you want to know the insights into the story. We will not only highlight the glorious days of Manchester United, but also explore the facts that how a million fans-based team like Manchester United will ruin the football market. Without any further ado, let's dive in. Well, football clubs, where passion, skill, and dreams collide. From iconic stadiums to devoted fans, they're the heartbeat of communities. During the game, the rivalries ignite, legends are born, and history is made. Triumphs and sacrifices create everlasting moments. This is the captivating world of football clubs, where greatness is pursued relentlessly. Football has always been a global game, with clubs attracting investors from various backgrounds. However, the involvement of Arab investors, particularly those from the Middle East, in football has been greatly noteworthy. So, what's the story behind this trend? This trend of Arab investment gained significant momentum around the early 2000s when Manchester City Football Club was purchased by Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan of the Abu Dhabi ruling family. Under Sheikh Mansour's ownership, Manchester City went through a remarkable transformation, becoming one of the wealthiest and most successful football clubs globally. Wealthy Arab investors saw the ownership of football clubs as lucrative investments, brand-building opportunities, and vehicles for promoting their own countries. Well, that's interesting to know. Who will get the ownership of Manchester United? Manchester United, an English football club, is reportedly set to come under the ownership of Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, the current Emir of Qatar. The Sheikh, known to be a devoted fan of United, is already the owner of the French football team Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, through Qatar Sports Investments, QSI. However, regulations prevent one entity from owning multiple clubs in the same competition, potentially impacting the scenario if United and PSG were to meet in Europe. Reports suggest that an offer to purchase the sports club will be made soon, after the Glazer family announced their intention to sell the team for $7.2 billion. Qatar's potential investment in the club would likely lead to substantial financial support and iconic player acquisitions, like other Gulf-backed teams, such as Paris Saint-Germain. The French club's wealthy Qatari owners have financed major transfers like Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Neymar, Kylian Mbappe, and Lionel Messi, alongside lucrative deals with sponsors like Nike and Qatar Airways. While it remains to be seen if Manchester United will become GCC-owned in the next few weeks, various Arab nations, including Saudi and Qatari royals, have invested in European football clubs. It is likely believed that Manchester United fans have different reactions to the news of Arab ownership of the club. Despite being beneficial for United fans, this could be detrimental to football as a whole. Some are excited about the potential financial resources and potential success under new ownership, while others are concerned about the implications of foreign ownership on the club's identity and values. Ultimately, the reaction would likely be mixed and dependent on individual perspectives. However, many United fans are thrilled to learn that the Arabs are about to buy Manchester United. You must be wondering why. Well, because with the amount of financial resources that will be at their disposal, the new owners can bring in top-quality players and invest in the club's infrastructure, thereby pushing the team into a new era of success. Manchester United has a massive fan base, and many supporters have been waiting for years for the team to return to the glory days of Sir Alex Ferguson. The arrival of Arab ownership could very well be the catalyst that propels the club toward achieving that objective. Therefore, some United fans are extremely happy and excited about the forthcoming acquisition. You must be wondering, why are some United fans not happy with this news? Why are they concerned that this purchase of Manchester United might ruin the football market if Arabs buy it? Well, before we can answer this question, first, let's take a look at Arabs' history with football. Well, that's not the first football club Qataris are going to own. Let's check out the list of Arab-owned football clubs. In 2008, Sheikh Mansour, a United Arab Emirates politician and member of the Abu Dhabi's royal family, acquired a Manchester-based English football club. Today, it is recognized as one of the strongest teams in the division, surpassing local rival Manchester United. After Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's purchase, the Newcastle Football Club is considered the wealthiest in the Premier League. Nasser Al-Khelafi was appointed the club's 17th president when Qatar Sports Investment purchased PSG in 2011. A distinct strategy plan was devised under Al-Khelafi's direction to grow the club into a significant player on the European and worldwide football stages, while also being a force for good off the field. Meanwhile, Egyptian billionaire Nassef Sawiris took over as chairman of Aston Villa, joining forces with Wes Edens to make a substantial investment in the Midlands club, playing in the second tier of English football. In 2010, Sheikh Abdullah bin Nasser bin Abdullah Al Ahmed Al Thani, a member of Qatar's royal family, bought a Spanish club. Unfortunately, the team's performance has worsened steadily under Al Thani's ownership, and they now play in the Segunda División. Now, if you look at the current Champions League failure of PSG, this future upcoming buying of Manchester United can come out as a disastrous decision for Qataris. Well, let's take a look at it. PSG is at risk of being left behind in a third tier. As France's Ligue 1 struggles with losses, analysts assert that Qatari sponsors of European leagues and clubs may be pushed to relocate their money to the Premier League. The Ruin of French Football, a new book, claims that a bad TV agreement has hurt Ligue 1 and its clubs, leaving PSG high and dry over the channel. According to author Pierre Mays, Ligue 1 will resemble the Russian Premier League. Mays cautions that the Premier League is an obvious choice for the Qatari owners to consider investing in if PSG is unable to continue its dominance in Europe. If Qatar were to push Manchester United, it would be a dire mistake, akin to the management of Paris Saint-Germain. Despite showing a potential interest in the acquisition, Qatar's track record with PSG has proven them to be incompetent in the management of European club football. The purchase would not only be problematic due to human rights abuses and nation-state ownership being both unhealthy and benign, but also because it's crucial to have basic footballing competence. Although some believe Newcastle's Saudi owners to be classy, this cannot be overlooked by those affected by the Saudis' behavior. Qatar's past incompetence does not rule out future successes, but the disastrous impact of their ownership could erase the progress United has made under Erik ten Hag. We witnessed similar acquisitions in other prominent European clubs, such as Paris Saint-Germain, which was bought by Qatar Sports Investments, and Inter Milan, acquired by the Sunni Group with partial funding from investors in the United Arab Emirates, have emerged as a force to be reckoned with, making high-profile signings and dominating football teams. Next, if Qatar were to acquire Manchester United, it could potentially create an imbalanced market in European football. The interesting question is, how? This is due to QSI's ownership of PSG and its enormous spending power in the transfer market. If they also owned Manchester United, they could have immense financial resources at their disposal. This would create an uneven playing field, as other clubs would find it difficult to compete with their financial resources. There have been concerns raised about the integrity of competition and the fairness of the sport with such financial disparities. Manchester City is another example of a club that has been heavily invested in by a single owner with massive wealth. The club's owner, Sheikh Mansour, has poured billions of pounds into the club since buying it in 2008. This has led to Manchester City becoming one of the most successful clubs in the world, winning numerous domestic titles and reaching the UEFA Champions League final in 2021. If Qatar were to buy Manchester United, it could lead to an uneven market in European football. It remains to be seen whether the sale of Manchester United will happen. but it would certainly be a significant move in the footballing world. Well, Manchester United holds a special place in the hearts of football fans worldwide. With a rich history, a massive fan base, and a global brand, any change in ownership at the club is bound to have a significant impact. The wait is over, as now comes your most anticipated question. That is, how Manchester United might ruin football. What are the potential consequences if it's overtaken by an Arab? If Manchester United were to be bought by Arab owners, the club would likely receive a massive injection of funds. While this could initially be seen as a positive development, it could also have unintended consequences. If Qataris were to take over Manchester United, they would have a huge financial muscle to compete with other mega football clubs. United's enormous brand value, coupled with financial backing from Qatar, could lead to a lopsided competition in the transfer market. The fear is that this could create a bidding war and push up player prices to an unsustainable level, and smaller clubs and leagues would struggle to compete for signatures. This could impact not only the transfer market, but also the popularity and sustainability of the sport as a whole. However, it is worth noting that regulations are in place to ensure that clubs operate within their financial means. Although Manchester United's current financial state is under scrutiny, a Qatari takeover has yet to materialize. Only time will tell how this could affect the football world. The influx of substantial funds could lead to clubs overspending in the transfer market, resulting in inflated transfer fees and player salaries. This could potentially create an imbalance within the football ecosystem, as other clubs may struggle to keep up with the financial power of Manchester United. Arab ownership has heightened the competition for top talent, creating a race among clubs to secure marquee signings. This has not only affected player valuations, but has also prompted other clubs to adapt their strategies and remain competitive. This could disrupt the market by distorting player valuations and wage structures. Other clubs, especially those without deep-pocketed owners, may find it challenging to compete financially, leading to a potential disparity in the quality and competitiveness of various leagues. Moreover, the influence of Arab investors might shift the focus from footballing achievements to commercial interest, potentially diluting the club's heritage. Organizations like UEFA and FIFA strive to maintain fair competition and financial stability within the football industry. An influx of Arab investment in Manchester United could prompt a reassessment of existing regulations and the implementation of new measures to ensure a level playing field. However, the turning point comes around, with football companies bringing in both benefits and concerns. Let's look at its positive and negative impacts. On the positive side, clubs have access to significant financial resources, enabling them to attract top players, build world-class facilities, and compete at the highest level. The negative impacts also have raised the potential influence of Arab investors on football governance, financial fair play regulations, and the overall competitive landscape. Some argue that clubs with Arab owners have an unfair advantage, creating potential inequalities in the sport. Now let's talk about the matter of the sale of Manchester United to Qataris from the Glazer family, which has sparked considerable debate and speculation among football fans and experts. While opinions may vary, I believe such a sale would have both positive and negative implications for the club and its fans. On the positive side, Qataris are known for their significant financial resources and investments in the sporting world. Qatar's involvement could provide Manchester United with access to lucrative sponsorship deals and global partnerships. Qatar's successful hosting of major sporting events, like the FIFA World Cup, has demonstrated its ability to attract big-name sponsors and generate considerable revenue. Such partnerships could further enhance Manchester United's financial stability and expand its brand on a global scale. Moreover, it is essential to consider the potential drawbacks of this hypothetical sale. One of the primary concerns would be the perceived influence of Qatar on the club's decision-making and identity. Qatar's human rights record and controversies surrounding workers' rights during the construction of the World Cup infrastructure have raised ethical questions. Fans may worry that the club's values could be compromised under Qatari ownership, leading to a shift in focus from footballing success to commercial interest. Furthermore, another aspect to consider is the impact on competitive balance within the football market. Manchester United is already one of the wealthiest clubs in the world. And a sale to Qataris could further widen the financial gap between the top-tier clubs and the rest of the competition. This could exacerbate existing inequalities and make it even more challenging for other clubs to compete on a level playing field. A potential sale of Manchester United to Qataris from the Glazer family could bring significant financial resources and potential benefits. It also raises concerns about club identity, competitive balance, and adherence to governance regulations. Ultimately, any ownership change should be carefully evaluated to ensure the long-term well-being and integrity of the club, while also considering the interest and aspirations of its loyal fan base. Well, it will be interesting to know in the future, after the Manchester United purchase, how the football market will be impacted. What do you guys think about this scenario? Do let us know in the comments section. We would love to know your thoughts. That's it for today. If you want more interesting discussion videos like this, then don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon to get the notification for our next uploads. Thanks for watching. Want to know more about footballers? Click here to watch what footballers actually eat.